clearly understand the market as they reference a percentage of losing clients as a focal point. When comparing traditional stockbrokering back in the 70s and 80s, before CFDs, we would have approximately the same percentage of losing clients. So one thing's for sure is that by taking these measures, the regulator reduced the number of complaints, which is a great success, whilst losing considerable revenue to overseas brokerages, which in my opinion is a failure. We saw an influx of business heading to Australia and ASIC-based brokers, where traders could still get 1 to 500 leverage.
James Watts again from Malta. Speaking on a lot of things in respects to obviously trust and the development that you get in developing that trust with banks and brokerages that have been around. Now, who here has been in the market for a little over 10 years themselves? Hands in the air. Right on. So you've seen a lot happen. Anybody 20 years or more that's been in the market? We've had a few presenters up here that have been in the market for almost a quarter century, and showing the diversity of what we have for presenters up here on stage. Our next presenter coming in a short bit, just confirming that they are ready. So we have everyone here kind of from all walks of life here. Anybody local to Dubai here? Hands in the air if you're currently residing in Dubai. We've got a few hands up front. Anybody obviously from out of country? Anybody from India or the Asian area? Right on. Anybody traveling out from of the Americas, North America perhaps? Nobody? I'm the lone Canadian here. Right on.
To me is another attractive product. An index is a pool of stocks, as you all know. Let's say the Dow Jones. If the Dow Jones goes up, everyone knows that the American market is doing great. Why? Because the Dow Jones has top 30 companies, not only in one sector, it's from technology, from industry, from healthcare, from services. All those companies are found at the Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones reflect the US market. If you see the market is doing well, you can monitor this index. You can add it to your portfolio. It's a risky index. For that, you can add a stock, let's say. Stock is a bit less risky, is a bit less volatile. You can add a more risky product, like a currency, for instance. So this way, you go for a diversification. How will you do that alone? We try to educate you along the way. Probably it's a mutual. We are always learning. The market is fast moving. We keep learning every day about this. Even me, I get to read a lot about it, and I try as much as I can. You know, two things affect the markets. It's fundamentals and it's technicals. Fundamentals is when Trump tweets. It's when the GDP goes up. It's when, I don't know, businesses close down and suddenly there's no production, no operations. This is all fundamental. Everything you hear on the news, everyone knows fundamental. We love talking about fundamentals. The other thing is the technical. Technical is numbers. We get some experts in there. I don't want to break my brain to know what number would gold reach. What would the ounce of gold be in let's say a month? Probably it would be $2,000. I don't know. I'll check the technicals. How about I combine both, technicals and fundamentals? I come up with a decision on my investment portfolio. So you guys need to care about those two things before you start or you plan your trade. So briefly, you need to know that CFI's mission is to deliver with passion. See, if you're not passionate about what you do, no need to do it. Do it with passion or just don't do it. It's not just another investment, it is the investment. It is the upcoming, probably future of business, having your own portfolio, thinking of a certain, probably a penny stock company that might be doing great you know, probably 10 years ago, no one knew Apple would reach this much, or Tesla would go up to $2,000 and end up doing a stock split. Maybe it will go again to $2,000 and it will go again for a stock split, and you can be taking advantage of that. It's the new trend, it's a new thing. So basically we work with passion. We try to compete. How do we compete? Not only by the products, everyone has those products. We try to compete with the service that we provide. We try to compete with what we try to give as a competitive edge apart from other companies. Okay, so we strive as much as we can for a personal connection, because you know it's a market, so every day we talk about it. Even if you're just having lunch with someone, you might come up, talk about, I don't know, IBM, or talk about cryptos, or what happened to Bitcoin, what's going on with the world, why is everyone on digital currency right now. So this is just topics that we all talk about. So it's good to start your own. Just take that step and just do it your own. So as I said, we're spread around the world, we're regulated. You know, when I first joined the company, my boss told me, we love regulations. We care about reputation and regulation. If we abide by this, everyone will be happy. So we try as much as we can to abide by regulations, and we probably might be patient and wait. Some people will tell us, why don't you go for, let's say, Bitcoin in Dubai for the moment? No, we're not going to do that because we need a regulation for that. When it's regulated, then we might be doing that. So we wait for the right moment. We're not in a rush. We're not going to go take any regulation just to allow this because people want it. No, we wait for the legalities of it and we wait for regulations. We do it the right way. Better be patient than regret it. You know, 22 years with all what's going on is considered something. It's because we abide by integrity. It's because we abide by regulations. It's because we are patient. Okay. So with the products that we offer, I'm not gonna bore you with what we offer. I'm sure you guys went around and probably you passed by our stand. If you didn't, please do, CFI. We would love to have you there. So you need to really focus. You know, some people would tell me, what differentiates you than others? Everyone is offering the same products. Everyone is offering the same services. What differentiates you? Execution. Execution is something. I have some people coming saying, we tested your demo account, and we are looking for, with demo account, the execution might not be perfect, yet it's just a demo. And we have some people who tell us that your execution is almost much better than other demo accounts. Listen, everyone is good, everyone is regulated. I'm not saying anything. I'm just talking about what we have and what I tried and what I hear from people's experience. So, is this verbal talking? Okay. So basically, ultra-fast execution, fast and accurate execution. STP prices. No one. Some people would ask me, what is an STP? Why would you say STP? Why? Because it's a straight-through process. If you don't get straight prices from the liquidity down to your portfolio, then assure that something is not right. Some people would say, you know, when I look, I think the market is waiting for me. When I open a trade, everything goes down and I lose. But this is not true. There are many factors. Make sure you are taking the current market price. You know, sometimes 1 minute delay can make a big difference in your portfolio. So STP price, fast and accurate execution. These are something, when you are regulated, you cannot play around. You need to abide by those. Integrity, honesty. Also, with CFI, definitely, like, I mean, these are something 24/5 support. We try not to be just another machine. You know, we introduced recently, some people would tell me, I don't want leverage. I think you mostly know what leverage is. It increases your purchasing power. So what's a 1 to 50, 1 to 100, 1 to 200? Increases your purchase power. For every one you put, you get 30 times, 50 times, 100 times. So some people will tell me, I don't want leverage. I don't want risk. I want risk-free. We introduced a one-to-one cash account. This one-to-one cash account, my point is, it can also diversify your portfolio. You can have 1 to 100, 1 to 50, and 1 to 1. That's risk-free. You will only lose if the stock went down to 0. So this was something to diversify an additional risk-averse, if you want, diversification in the portfolio. So our trading conditions, I would like you to check, but mostly the execution is something key element in there, okay? So I want you to focus on that. And margin doesn't always need to be good. Margin is risky. But of course, with risk comes return, what you need to manage. How do you manage? There are some risk management factors and tips that everyone should know. And probably using 25% of my equity. I want to start with a 1 million. Okay, fine. I'll only invest in 200,000. That's how you do risk management. Everyone would talk about stop loss and take profit. I don't care about stop loss and take profit. If I'm using at 25%, I'm fine. Just you cannot go full in. This is the risk you need to manage. So some tips in there. This is just a small tip, but we have a big course about risk management, and I think not only in trading, this risk management should be used in everything else. Probably in your decision when you're buying something in the market, in supermarket, priorities. Where would you prioritize? You get this amount of income, you know where your spending is. You cannot spend 100%. You end up, so as much as you do risk management in your daily life, you have to use that in your portfolio as well. You have to abide by a strategy. You cannot change your strategy every second. You will never be a winner in the market if you change your strategy. You abide by something, you stick. You cannot be greedy. Everyone is greedy. Everyone starts making profits and keep the positions and want to invest more. No, just go in the right time, exit, and be a viewer. Take the opportunity, exit, and stop. Try not to be greedy. You need to control your emotions. With trading, there's a lot of psychology. You know, technical analysts, they rely on psychology as well when they do their technical analysis. So this is what supply and demand, technical analysis, psychology, they all go in one pool. Okay, a lot of people would always ask, is trading something good for me? You need to check. You need to ask yourself some questions. You need to know the company first. You need to do your good research, because everyone, as I said, is regulated. Everyone is probably available in Dubai. I don't know, regulated from a certain body. But you need to do your research. This is something very important. I'm going to start with just throw money and then go invest. No, that's not something we want. We want keepers. We don't want one-time investors. We're not looking for a number. We're looking for sustainability. So that's why we're in the market for that long. That's why we even spend money on our quality people that we have in the company that we call family now, because we rely on sustainability. We start from zero, we go up to becoming heroes and seeing people succeed. Your success is our success. That's something very important. Thank you guys for your time.